Hi, welcome to Clashing with Clint and Zech.
I'm Clint,
This is Chinny.
and together we're Clint and Chinny.
I'm Zech.
What are we going to talk about today, Zech? Your eye? Chinny and eyeball?
Clint and Chinny.
Clint and Chinny, okay. Today we're going to discuss what is Clash of Clans, how to play the game, and especially how to get started with Town Halls 1 and 2. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, now to the hard but fun part of the video. Now of course the word hard comes into play, so Zech of course goes to play. Alright, first, what is Clash of Clans? If you are new to the game, Clash of Clans is a freemium strategy mobile game app made by SuperCell. It's been around since 2012, at least for iOS, and then since 2013 for Android. Now let's break down what that means. Freemium means that it can be played completely free, but there are in-app purchases that greatly enhance your gameplay, such as Gold Pass, one of my favorites. Now it's strategy, which that's just as it sounds. As you progress Clash of Clans, it adds components and difficulty to the game, which requires tactical and strategic thinking. Okay, mobile. It's only available on a mobile device, not a personal computer. Now there are PC apps, which are simulators that can play the game on your computer for you, but they're usually glitchy, and I don't recommend them. And then this game is a real-time game. Okay, you're not fighting people at different times unless you're in Clan Wars, which we'll go over that at another point. But in this game, you are the chief of a small village. The village needs defending, and in order to build your village, troop capabilities, and defenses, you have to raid and loot other villages, along with several other activities in order to accumulate resources. As the game goes on, one develops attacking skills, upgrade strategies, and more. The game does combine single-player aspects with multiplayer aspects, but it's primarily multiplayer. The features such as clan wars, troop donations in your clans, clan games, those all encourage players to join clans, which contain up to 50 members. They have elders, co-leaders, and leaders. And this adds a compelling social aspect to the game. So the game has anywhere, you may ask, now if there were only, 10,000 people playing around the world, it would be hard to find people online since this is a real-time game. But fortunately for Clash of Clan players, there are anywhere from 500,000 to well over 1 million players online at any given time, and on any given day, according to some sources, there are at least 100 million players per day throughout the world. All right, so let's get started. I created a brand new account just so I could go over Clash of Clans from beginning to end. We're going to begin that journey today with Town Halls 1 and 2. The game has 13 Town Halls currently. There's a 14th one in the making, but right now we're just going to do the first two, which are very quick. If I'm not mistaken, they take you about 12 hours if you do the upgrades back to back. So these first two are extremely quick. Once you get to like Town Hall 13, it can take you up to about a year, depending. So this is a game that is very fast-paced in the beginning. There's not a lot of waiting. As you go on, things start to take longer. But we'll go through all of that as I'm going through the game. So let's get started. Town Hall 1 and 2. Without further ado, let's get started here. Okay, here is your very first screen you're going to see. You're going to log in without a SuperCell ID. It's starting a new game. There's your SuperCell logo. All right, So here is your village. The nice villager lady comes out and welcomes you, tells you that you are just the most special guy in the world or girl in the world, and this is your new village. All right. So you're the chief of this village. There's a goblin horde that's going to come and tells you you're a puny human and that they're going to attack you here. She's going to inform us that we need to get a defense. Okay, you're going to have several defenses as the game goes on, and those will just accrue and accumulate as you play. But this very first one is the most basic. It's just a cannon. Okay. Now, very important. See that green one gem finish now icon there? You do not want to get in the habit of punching that. That can be very costly. Gems are basically time in this game, time and effort. And when you punch them, you are essentially spending time, which costs a lot of money. You buy gem packs as the game goes on and so forth. Here they're trying to condition you to go ahead and get that instant gratification and finish it now, not have to wait on it. Okay, so she's going to walk us through here. Now, this is kind of to prep you. You're not going to get attacked by random goblin hordes, but people around the world, when you are offline and you don't have a shield, will attack you throughout from now until the end of the game. Okay, and this is just preparing you for setting up a defense for your village. Now she's letting you know that this cannon is not destroyed forever. It's on a magic ley line, and it will be restored. Okay. She's going to give us some wizards, and she's going to show us one of the first attacks that we can do. Now, defense is one aspect, attacking is another. Just as people attack you for loot, you go and attack other people for resources as well. Now, these initial tutorials, the little finger there shows you how to drop your troops. These are very simple, basic attacks, only a couple of buildings, only a couple of troops, and yeah, this is a very, very easy win that you're going to have here. All right. Now the game is going to start you out. You see it gave you golden elixir there. The game is going to start you out with some basic resources, 750 gold, 750 elixir, and 500 gems. Now she's going to let you know you need another builder. We started you out with one. You have enough gems to buy one. This you do want to do. You want two builders, and in fact, I think you have to continue in the game. But you take this builder, and builders are the one thing that are very much worth gems. If you want to buy them, you can, but in my tutorials here, we are going to save up gems without spending them on anything except for builders. So they will be spent to gain builders in the game. All right, now again, you're building some more things. This is an elixir collector, and you do not want to spend the gem to not have to wait 10 seconds. All right, and she's letting you know you also need some storages to hold elixir and gold, which it will now build as well. Now, we're going to look at attacks in a moment, and I want to let you know there are 5 areas in the game where you can attack. She's going to take us to one called the Goblin map, which is called single player attacking. Most of the attacking, in fact, that you will be doing will be multiplayer attacking, but we'll get to that soon. So she's going to be taking us to single player attacking here in just a few moments. And it's kind of just to explain what it is, it's kind of a spare resources and practice location at the same time. In the early stages of the game especially, you can pretty much live off of collectors and the Goblin map, or the single player. The single player map is another name for it. Here in the beginning stages. Now that won't do you after the first couple of town halls. All right, now she's showing us how to get a barracks built here. Now this is where your troops are trained. Your troops cost you elixir and later on dark elixir. So that's another use for the elixir. Not sure how it creates little bodies to fight for you, but it does. So you click on the barracks there, you train troops. You're going to hold down however many it will hold. You don't spend the gem for it to finish. Now you're also going after this, and we'll show you this in a few moments. There is a queue in here where you can actually train your troops for your next attack as well. That way you don't have to wait quite as long once you finish an attack. This was one of the best things they put in the game. I wish they would put several queues in there, or instant build or something of that nature. But then we wouldn't spend gems to get those troops. All right. So again, gonna just remind you, don't get in the habit of spending gems. We started out with 500, we have 250. Now your builders increase in cost each one. The next builder, which we'll show you here shortly as well, again, is the third builder, and it is 500 gems. Okay, and then I believe it goes 1,000 and 2,000 if I'm not mistaken. All right, so she's showing you again where to attack here. She's showing you again the single player goblin map. That's that middle section there. And we did payback already, so it goes down the line. The next one is Goblin Forest. Again, it's going to give us a little tutorial here. I believe this is the second and final tutorial for how to drop your troops. And again, it's just telling you, hey, take out defenses, then you take out the rest of the building and resources with your troops. All right, we have crushed this goblin map base. Okay, that was fun. Now, speaking of fun, these initial town halls are meant to kind of teach you the foundations of the game. It's not really meant to be fun. It gets fun later on. The strategy that you build, the things you do with your clan, like clan wars and clan games, your attacking, learning different attack styles, things of that nature. Those are what make the game fun. Watching your base build, you get satisfaction, great, achievement there. Okay, so she's congratulating us on our victory. Now we're going to name our accounts. Here I'm going to put down that my name is 2-star 50%. That's just something I've done with my last couple of accounts. One was 3-star, one was 2-star 99%. And I'm going down. My next one's going to be 1-star 99%. So just something fun that I'm doing with my newest accounts. All right. So you put in your name here. Now you can change it later on. You get one free change, and then after the free change, it costs you gems to change it again. Okay, so we put it in. We're going to keep the name, and then it's going to take us to an age screen. Now you're going to see my young age of 42 years be punched in here, but I want to just give you a warning. If you are under, I'm not sure if I think it's 16. If you're under 16, if I'm not mistaken, it puts some crazy limitations on not only you, but your clan that you join, and people will not like that in your clan. So be careful with that. What it does is it censors the chat, and people's names can't even be typed. Like we had Fayez's name, he couldn't even type his own name in the chat. You can't even type SuperCell, oddly enough. It would give you the little stars over the cell to censor it. Okay, so now it's going to have us. We have finished Town Hall 1 already, just here after this tutorial. So it only takes a few minutes. Now we're upgrading to Town Hall 2 now. Town Hall 2, now each Town Hall actually is going to offer you more buildings, troops, defenses, walls, etc. Now she's showing us that up there in the top left corner where that 1 is, that's my experience level. And it also shows my profile and achievements that we can win. Okay, and we go and make accruing these achievements, winning these achievements and accruing gems as we go. Okay, so you get experience points and gems for completing achievements as you go, and they just kind of happen naturally. They're not something you have to really work for. Um, they're going to happen as you progress through the game. All right. Now again, don't gem as you go, and you can see that they're constantly advertising gem packs, and you may buy gems later on in the game. Just don't get in the habit of gemming everything. It costs so much money to gem your way through this game. I forget the statistics, but it's an outrageous amount of money. Okay, so here we are. We're now Town Hall 2. I sped up the Town Hall for us. Um, so you wouldn't have to watch through that. Now again, it's going to have us build all of our new buildings. Now she is no longer telling you what you have to build. So here you're going to pick what you build, and now that you have these storages, I want to tell you kind of, and I'm also going to put a chart in here, and I'll post that here in just a few moments for you. But what I do every time I go up a town hall, the first thing I do is build all the new buildings. Some people like to leave them. I don't. I like to get all the new buildings built if I can afford them, and if they have buildings that you can't hold enough resources to purchase, then I will upgrade the storages first so that I can then gain the resources. And hey, I just popped up to level 2, so that I can then gain enough resources to purchase what I need, such as army camps. That's a big one in both here and something called the builder base, which we'll go over in 2 or 3 town halls when we get to town hall 4. All right, so again, show you there the special offer builder pack. They're going to keep that big red notification there for you. You will also keep a red notifications for resources there until you have purchased all your builders. There are 5 total, and then later on in the game, towards the end, there's an auto builder you can acquire. All right, so here we're going to post our walls. We're not really making a base yet. I'll do that to where you guys don't have to watch me make it. You don't really have enough walls to make a great base at this point in the game, but you can misdirect with your walls and keep people from taking out your defenses quite as fast, which will protect your resources a little. All right. So, if you have missing gold, you can purchase it with gems. We're not going to do that. We'll attack for our gold and our elixir. Okay, we are looking. Our archer tower is about to finish. All right. And taking a look at all of the available storages, you can hit the eye on your builder up there, and that will show you what upgrades you have available. It's a very handy tool. They didn't have this back in my day. All right, so you have storages, barracks, tells you everything and what it takes to upgrade it. Now, early stages, it also tells you if it's new, by the way. We still have 5 walls to build. Early stages, I like to always upgrade elixir items first, that being storages if I need it in order to make purchases, your barracks to get the new troop, your army camps is a very big one, usually my first one along with others, but usually my first one's army camps, because the larger the army, the better you are at attacking, the more chance of a loot that you will be able to obtain loot. All right, and then I go for again the storages, and later on there'll be other buildings that we'll talk about. All right, so I'll show you here what it looks like to collect your 5 gems or however many gems from an achievement under your profile there. All right. Now we'll go over all of these buttons at some point that are around here, all these little icons. along the bottom and the sides. Right now, let's look. Now I'm going to show you the multiplayer attacking here. Find a match. Now you'll notice, actually I won't be able to show you because if you'll notice, it costs 50 gold. So we're going to attack single player there where I just circled in the green. And the single players, again, like I told you before, they are kind of a practice area. They're a practice location where you can go and very easy bases. They're not as tough as the bases you're going to encounter in multiplayer. And then there is actual practice up top there where you also can gain loot, but that's slow. You only get, there are very few of those, one per town hall in the beginning and then a couple or three later on per town hall. But they give you tutorials and practice as well. All right. So we're doing our first attack, so it warns us that we have a shield and that making an attack will take off 3 hours from it. Now, your attacks, like you just saw there, cost 50 gold. We only had 26 gold, so we can't even attack in multiplayer right now. That rarely happens, but it does if you ever run yourself extremely low. And that's what one of the better things that single player's for. You can pop into single player, and you see up there, available loot, 1,000 gold, 1,500 elixir. So if we take down everything in this village, actually it's in that little town hall looking thing there in the middle if I'm not mistaken, but once we get those two defenses down and get back there to take the town hall looking thing down, then we're going to have 1,026 gold because we will have that 1,000 added to our resources. And there we go, 1,026. Now they're going to take out that final building of 4 little buildings, and we have enough gold to go attack. We could search, 20 times now. Okay. So let's get back home. Okay. We can see here that it lets us know, hey, Happy New Year, there's an event. You can hit go and find out about the event. If you look at those 2 papers down there in the icon with the 2 notifications, you click on it, we're going to see the events that it was talking about. January season is here, and then it was telling you clan games are coming up, if I'm not mistaken. Now there's going to go ahead and show you there's a news tab there. Uh-oh. Either the device is freezing up or getting a low on signal. All right. So you can click that, and then you can come over here to community, and there are videos and such for the community. Okay, we can now finish up those 5 wall pieces since we have the gold for them. And we're going to start doing some raids. We're going to start with barbarians and archers. Okay, let's see here. We have archers and barbarians. Now you can see that the archers cost twice as much as the barbs. That's because they're ranged troops. In other words, they stand back and shoot. They don't have to run right up on their defenses in order to take them out. Now, I'm going to take a look here at this new achievement. While we were away, I created a SuperCell ID. Can't show you guys. Whenever you create that SuperCell ID, don't ever share it with anyone. Not only is it against the terms of service, but it will also cost you your account sometimes. People get hacked. We actually had a gentleman, one of our leaders, hacked, and we lost 2 of our clans for a while in a share to win. Luckily, SuperCell obliged us and aided us in getting the control of those back, but it cost a lot of problems. We lost a few great members on account of it, not knowing what was going on, and that sort of thing. Okay, guys, we are back. Just a little insight into what has taken so long. I lost the entire project. Yes, I had been working on it for days and lost the whole thing. So let's get back started here. Before we collect our 50 gems, let's jump over to the social tab circled at the top right. If you look at the bottom of the pop-up window, you're going to find two tabs. One is for the SuperCell ID, and another to connect to Facebook, which essentially just tells you if any of your Facebook friends that are also connected to the game are online. You won't see the SuperCell ID button on my pop-up window because I've already signed up. But I'm about to draw a green arrow here, which is where you'll find it on your game. It's beneficial to create one so that if you experience issues accessing your account at some point, you can easily recover it. And if you reach the point where you create multiple accounts like serious players like myself do, you can quickly and easily switch back and forth between them on the same or multiple devices. All right, so there's the arrow that's showing you exactly where. Now, let's collect these 50 gems and move on. There we go, 50 gems in the bank. Now, if we click the plus sign on the builder area at the top center of the screen, which I've showed you before, we will see that our next builder is 500 gems. So we're certainly going to reserve our gems towards that end, okay? Now let's take a focus on our builders. Both of our builders, as you can see there with the little Z's coming up from the builder huts, are lying around sleeping, and we can't have that. Time is precious in Clash of Clans. We need to put them to work. So let's take a look again at the builder area at the top of the screen, which is where we will press the I, or the info button, and take a look at the convenient list of available upgrades for your town hall level. All right. We're currently wanting storages upgrading, as we mentioned earlier, and it's evident from the upgrade chart I showed you. We want to follow those immediately with army camps because we want to increase our army size and our barracks so that we can gain more types of troops to add to and diversify our army compositions. We have enough for them, but for the storages, but that would put us very low on resources. So let's knock out a multiplayer attack for loot real quick. Here's our first multiplayer search and attack. Now, your available troops are shown at the bottom, and this is a simple army of 20 barbarians. We're going to keep clicking next until we find a winnable base with enough resources available to make it worth it. Now, if you see that next button there with the 50 gold on it, I'm about to circle it for you. Bear in mind that each of these nexts do cost us 50 gold a piece. They cost us 50 gold each. Now for an attack, this random base here, I'm just going to show you what it's like. This is not due to the amount of loot or anything of that nature. I just want to show you what attacking is like. Okay, we're going to drop barbarians at the exposed defenses to begin with. And then once those are out of the way, we're going to send the remainder in to grab the loot and then finish off the base, the other buildings on the base, what we call trash buildings if you're in a war attack. You'll notice that some buildings take longer than others. Now let me explain why that is. Buildings have different hit points. Some buildings, such as your town hall and storages, they have high hit points. It's very hard to take those down, whereas builder huts, gold mines, elixir collectors, things of that nature, those are very quick to take down. It doesn't take a lot. All right. Now that leads to another important point. At this point of the game, your focus should be resources. So if you crush a base like this, that's great, but it isn't necessary as long as you're filling your storages. That's the big idea. And at this level, fortunately, it doesn't take but a couple of attacks to fill them, as long as you don't settle for attacks with just little loot. Okay, a couple of thousand each of resources is fine for now. Now, again, this base didn't have it, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you an attack. And as for what is considered a win by the game, as you'll see, we won with 1 star. But as for what's a win, you can get a possible 3 stars maximum in each attack. The first and second stars can be achieved by either destroying and or destroying 50% of a base and destroying the town hall. Either one of those get you fit a star apiece. And then if you do both, you get 2 stars. And then third star is awarded when you accomplish 100% destruction of the base like we did here. Now, we're going to put an army in queue. We just used an army, so we're going to go and queue up another. You see it says 20 of 40 troops there. We have 20 already made. We're going to make 20 more. And that's going to, next we're going to take a look here at the builder list again. We have the storages that we're going to get upgrading. Then next, we're going to do the army camps and barracks. These will cost us 2,500 elixir for each of those first two and a little more for the third. After we finish these vital elixir upgrades, we'll then begin on defenses. Now I'm going to click on and show you here in just a moment. We only have 3 currently. Those are the cannons. We have 2 of those defenses right now. Those are that first basic defense. And then we also finally have an archer tower at the moment. We are back after a bit to show you a typical attack at this town hall level. Now, as you can see, there are over a couple of thousand available on the base of each resource. And we're in need of resources for upcoming upgrades, particularly elixir. We'll now use the army we had queued in our barracks. Now, although we don't yet have the space enough to hold enough level 1 troops to 3-star this base, we can obtain plenty of loot from it for the upgrades we need. We'll first deploy barbs here to distract and work on the cannons on the north end of the base. Okay, so we're at the north end of the village. We've dropped barbs, and we'll place archers behind them to assist and to also begin working on taking resources. Now, let's discuss this army comp for a second. It's known as Barch, which is a blended word formed by combining barbarians and archers. Let's touch on some basics regarding troops and defenses. Barbs and archers are single target ground troops with no favorite target. Single target as opposed to splash damage or area damage, as some later troops administer. And they're also ground troops. So all ground attacking defenses, as opposed to air only attacking defenses, will fire on these troops when they're within its range. They have no favorite targets, as some do with certain building types, like some troops target defenses, let's say. They attack the nearest building or target. Okay. The differences are that archers are ranged troops, as we've stated previously, and barbs must make physical contact with their target. That makes them more susceptible to fire. However, they possess more hit points, or they have more health than archers, so they don't die as quickly, making barbarians the tanking troop of this duo. Now, providing a little bit of shield for the archers so that they can stand back and fire. You can see how the archers that are still alive here on the base have the ability to stand back and fire just out of the range of that archer tower that's at the bottom of the base there. The purpose of defense is to protect the base or village from having your resources taken easily. Therefore, when possible, and especially at this level, you'll primarily focus on destroying defenses in order to then loot the base's resources, which are its gold and elixir. There we have victory. All right, so we are now able to begin the army camp upgrade. Oh yeah. All right, so let's begin that upgrade. And then we're going to queue up another army here. There we go. Upgrade started. All right. Queue up another army so that it's cooked by the time we do another attack, in case we are ready to do another attack. Okay, one more attack for now. Now, we'll note as we begin here, and we've pointed out before, that the searches at this trophy level cost 50 gold each. Now that increases as you gain more trophies, which you gain with wins and you lose with losses. And as you accumulate more trophies, you ascend into higher leagues, where the search costs more, but the rewards and the bonuses are also greater. Okay, and as we had to do earlier, If you do happen to run short on gold from doing these searches, carry out some single player attacks for some quick and easy loot. All right. Just showing you here that the searches can take anywhere from the first click to actually a few minutes of hitting next. It's not going to take us a few minutes, don't worry. But again, if there isn't enough loot or if the base is too strong to take, then it isn't worth your troop costs to attack it. Keep that in mind, okay? None of these that we're going through have quite enough to commit to taking it. Searching. See if we can find one here. I think we're getting close. Now, we went all barbarians this time around. So again, we're going to be targeting defenses when we attack. We'll target those first, and that should give the barbs free rein to tear up the base once we find our base here. All right. Now you'll notice some of these have close to 2,000, which is kind of what we're looking for at this point in the game. At least 2,000. There we go. 2,000 apiece. We can see the little gravestones around. It means it's been attacked before. So even if they do have traps at this level, which are like spring traps and things of that nature, they've probably been tripped. So we're going to drop our barbarians there to where they will start on defenses. We have a higher level cannon in the middle, so we took out the archer tower to the northeast. So we're going to watch these barbs work their way down. Hopefully they can all survive long enough to take out that middle cannon. And it looks like that middle batch of barbs is getting close as the top batch is working on that elixir collector. Now you'll notice that the storages sometimes don't even give you as much as the collectors do. If the collectors are full or the mines are full, you'll get most of your loot in those. So keep that in mind. Whoa! This one has a clan castle. Clan castle troops. All right. Our barbs can't fire at all at these troops, so they're helpless against these clan castle loons. They're just going to take out my barbs. Oh no. I was not expecting that at this juncture of the game and at this trophy level. But this is as good a time as any to tell you that you should always drop a cheap test troop, like a barbarian, in front of a clan castle or clan castles in CCs or clan castles in order to check for troops. Now, this one had no clan badge. We're going to take a look back at it here. This one had no clan badge on it. It's also at the wrong trophy level to really have a clan castle, so it's quite obscure given the circumstances. And plus, it's still located at the original position. So, they got me. Wow, good job. I still got a good bit of loot if I'm not mistaken, though. But there you can see their clan castle. All right, now you can see that theirs was not dilapidated like ours here. Go into our own clan castle. You can see that you can unlock clans, the namesake of this game, after rebuilding that clan castle, which will have enough gold storage space to do once we get to Town Hall 3. At Town Hall 3, you can join a clan. We'll discuss that more in detail in the next video. Now let's search for another base real quick with decent loot. Let's take a look and get another army in queue. And after that one archer finishes cooking, that's something we call training. Once she finishes baking in there, we will be able to start searching for an attack. There we go. We're all set. All right. So we're going to search, and again, our storages are holding a little more right now, so we can get anywhere from a couple of thousand and above is enough of each resource. So let's take a look here. Now sometimes you get lucky and you'll find huge wins, such as 40,000 or 50,000 at this level. And if you can take it, pick off the collectors and mines and take most of that, then and still lose the attack, that is a good thing. You should do it. All right, so we're searching. I know the search isn't fun, but I promise you I won't keep you here searching too long. All right. Some of these are just terribly low. Alright, yeah. These triple digit guys are just not worth hitting. You have to consider your army costs, your search costs, and your net profit, which is going, what's going to end up going in your bank up there when it's said and done. Oh, there's a good one. 6,000 in gold and almost 2,000 in elixir. Now we're going to look here. We have a mortar in there in the middle, so it's kind of a more developed base. Looks like they have a few more buildings, a lot of loot, but will our measly 20 troops be able to do anything? Probably not, so let's search on. Okay. Yeah, that would have been a suicide mission. And it would have taken our pretty low elixir there and made it lower. Here's another one, and you can see the little gravestones again, which means it's been hit. So if there are any traps, those would have been popped by now. You've got some full collectors and mines, which is where most of your loot's going to be, so let's take it. We're sending the barbs onto the cannons there. That should have been enough barbs to finish them off. We'll get a little reinforcement behind with the 5 archers we brought. First cannon down, second cannon down. So hopefully those barbs will all turn towards that archer tower, the ones on the southeast side here. Yes, those 2 guys went to start on the archer tower. The archers are helping. Are they going to be able to take this archer tower out so we can finish the base? Yes, and it's done. All right, so now our archers and our barbs, short of them all hitting bombs and dying, should be able to work their way through the base, and we will end up 2,000 plus richer of both of our current resources, gold and elixir. All right. Just watch here as we take it out. And guys, you just do this a couple, 3 times and you're full. All right, and now as the game goes on, these get longer and longer. Just a warning to you. Okay, and they are done. Victory, 100%. We had an accomplishment. We just take that. We achieved accomplishment. Grabbed our free gems before we head out. Okay, back for a moment to show you guys my attack log and just give you an idea of what it may look like when you're successfully attacking. Note that we're holding more loot in our storages now with the storages upgraded, so we can attack a little more often and fill them, for future upgrades. Now, I'd mentioned the unimportance of winning at this juncture in the game, and if you look at the top attack, my last one, I knocked no buildings down, 0%, a big goose egg. Yet I took more elixir than all the previous attacks combined. It was well worth it in that situation to expend my troops, but lose the attack and then gain the treasure. That was over 6,000, and it filled me pretty much completely up. Okay, guys, we're back to finish off this video with a couple more attacks, update you on our progress, and impart some final pointers for this town hall. Now, while we were away, I made a quick, simple base. I just threw some walls around my resources, put defenses on each end. I blocked that with a few of the trash buildings you can see there, and I put my town hall on one of the other sides. Town hall does hold some loot, but most will be in our mines collectors and storages, as well as some in our clan castle once we progress that far in the game. Now, let me share some advice that you can carry with you all the way through the game. You will be attacked often. You're going to have your loot taken, and your base is going to get crushed by your opponents. Don't get disheartened. Don't start buying shields in some desperate attempt to protect your resources. Don't avoid attacking for fear of losing your shields. Just roll with it, okay? Only a certain percentage of your loot can be taken in any given attack. So even after being leveled, you'll still retain most of your resources. It's not a big deal. Sure, you want to minimize your losses by having decent bases throughout the game, but that's not nearly as important as ensuring that you attack intelligently, throughout the course of the game. One of my barracks has been upgraded now, and as well as my army camp maxed. Oh, that's a blessing. So I now am capable of training perhaps the most underappreciated troop in the game, in my opinion, anyway. It's one of my favorite troops, the little green guys, the Goblins. They're fast. Uh, they do have a favorite target, unlike the first two that we spoke about and discussed. Resource buildings. Anything with loot in it, they go after it. That's their preference. They will skip other buildings in order to take loot. Okay? Now, after that, they devour the rest of the base if they're still alive. Now, particularly when attacking for resources with no regard for trophies or league, which is also known as farming, and except for the impact that your trophy level has on your ability to find bases with sufficient loot available, wins do not matter. Remember that. They only matter as much as keeping you in a comfortable zone where you're finding plenty of loot. Now, eventually, like I'm saying, you'll fall out of leagues where you can find decent loot if you only attack with gobs or if you keep losing and never win any trophies in any of your battles. But for now, these gobs are essential for quickly racking up resources, quickly for upgrades. All right, so let's begin here. Let's take a search again. We're going to do, let's see. Gonna find a decent one for you. Missed a decent one there. No, let's take a look. No, actually, I didn't build any goblins yet. We have all barbs, but we have 30 because our army camps are maxed. So we now have a little more space, and that's awesome. Not quite enough there. See, this one's decent. Now, this one does have a mortar, and recall we didn't mess with the last one that had mortar because we only had 20 troops. Well, this time we have 30 barbs, and there's a ring that's within a couple of tiles of the mortar in which it cannot fire on enemy troops. Okay. Now, fortunately for us, we can drop some barbs on it like that, and it'll take it out. Now, if we drop some on the couple of defenses that's out of its range on the northwest side of the base, like we did, and then once the mortar's down, like it is now, you can take out the other cannon as it is now out. Good deal. So now they are just going to work on this base and clear it the rest of the way. They can finish this attack with impunity. There's nothing to attack them except possibly spring traps or bombs, which I don't think at this level. We sped it up here so you didn't have to watch the entire attack. Okay, and that is a 100%. All right. Now let's, we got another achievement. Let's grab some free gems and we'll add some gobs in here. There we go. And we're going to have to get the gems now for Elixir Escapade. Now we need to catch up that other barrack with our original barrack. That's something that we will look at momentarily. And we'll now we will search for this final attack for this segment here in just a moment. And I'm going to look for more than just the usual 2,000 that I've been looking for. We need to get these storages have gotten bigger now, and we need to get them filled up. 2,000 isn't filling it the way it was, back when we first started the game. So let's take a look, and let's see if we can't find something bigger. All right. Come on. Can't wait to use these goblins. Let's see. I know I'm going to find a big one. I can feel it. That's not big. Come on. Not enough. Okay. Again, I will not keep you searching too long. Okay. And is this going to be the one? No. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is more like it. Now, we can't win this one, but we can drop some barbs for distraction, and we can get the goblins, just taking up loot plenty enough to fill us up. You can see 44,000 and 27,000 there that's available. Holy smoke. All right, we got the barbs down. They're starting. They're distracting. You can see that mortar with that splash damage can knock out hordes of troops very fast. Um, let's see here. We've already filled up on elixir. Now we're full on gold. Man, we're not even at 20%. We're already full. So this was a blessing. Yeah, this was a great base. Great find. Great find. And this is why I love gobs. 20-something percent, but we filled our storages. Oh, awesome. Hey, and another one. Man, we are getting these achievements up. Before long, we'll be at 500 and getting that third builder. Love it. Okay, now is when we're going to start that elixir upgrade on our final elixir upgrade on the barracks. There we go, since we have our builders available. And let's see here. I'm going to do a couple of walls here. And I believe we have one defense left as well for gold, as a gold one. And that'll be that top right cannon up there. Yes. After that, it's only mines and collectors, which we won't film through that. Okay, guys. I kept upgrading according to the upgrade chart while not recording, and we are now down to a few walls in the town hall. When you go to upgrade, remember it shows you the new buildings you'll be able to erect once it finishes, and there's some goodies at Town Hall 3. And luckily, this upgrade only takes 2 hours. Now, I usually try to time my builders to where their final upgrades in Town Hall are upgrading at approximately the same time, so that we're optimizing the builders for the shortest overall time to complete a Town Hall. But one final note here. You can upgrade the Town Hall earlier than we did, and a lot of what I call amateurs do that. I prefer to max every single item possible at each town hall, especially in these lower town halls, and getting into that habit this early in the game. This will spare you a lot of grief and frustration later on after having rushed an account. Final point. Your town hall is upgrading. While it's doing so, replenish your gold with a few more attacks so that you have max resources going into the new town hall. It makes things much easier, and there we are in about 12 hours. We went from starting the game, and we will be at Town Hall 3. So Town Hall 3, here we come. Thanks, guys. We hope you've enjoyed this video on how to play Clash of Clans, what is Clash of Clans, and how to get through Town Halls 1 and 2. Have a blessed day.
Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And be sure to ring the notification bell for more videos. God bless.
Got an outro for us, Zach?
Indeed I do.